Good morning. I feel like this is a little too far. All right. Good morning, everyone. Let's say hi to the chat. All right. Good morning. Why is my screen dark? That's better. We didn't need to see all that craziness, did we? No, we didn't. So we're not going to. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Darkpool Algo, and welcome to this morning Watchlist building session. Today we're going to find some stocks that have a high probability of making a move today or potentially next week. And we're going to be using the Smart Money Darkpool and Block Trade algorithm software. It's provided by those awesome traders over at FlowTrade. If you haven't got your free trial yet, get your free trial. Link in my bio, link in the description. I post this link everywhere. It will help you take your trading to the next level or learn a new strategy. You can even enhance your existing trading strategy. So, as always, if you find this content useful, which I know you do, smash the like button, subscribe, turn on the little notifications icon. That way you can get notified when I put out a video. I may just put one out in the middle of the day. I get bored at lunchtime, might want to throw one up. You never know. So, we're going to jump right into it. I'm still on the hunt for a solid scanner. Like, I want a good scanner. Like, the kind of scanner that you want to put a ring on. That kind of scanner. Anyway, I've got a pretty good one I've been using lately. I haven't had any problems with it. Seems we've been nailing them. I think we're 9 for 11 this week. Yeah. And I had a bad week with internet issues, so it's pretty dang good. All right, what we're looking at here is the 4-chart layout for the FlowTrade Smart Money Flow Index algorithm backend. All right, that's a mouthful. What you see on my chart is the white lines that you see. Those are price action. The purple line is the normal algorithm. I have Darkpool block trades set to display. Those are the blue lines that you see, horizontal lines. And I try to make sure that everybody can see them. Sometimes I'll throw up some different colors so that everybody can see them. So, looking at the four chart, there's a couple stocks that I wanted to go through today. There was a bunch of earnings. I don't like playing earnings, so I'm probably just going to skip those. I'll look at SPY, IWM, Work, Adobe. Let's see. Was there any other requests? Let me just check the old Twitter feed real quick. If there was I like getting requests from Twitter. Let's see. No, nobody wants to give me any requests today. That's great. So you guys get what I pick. Awesome. All right, SPY, IWM, Work, Adobe. There we go. We got some good ones. Let's see, Adobe, Work, IWM, SPY. All right, Marvell, Costco's been on a rip lately. And I'm just going to run through these real quick. Like I said, if you've got one, hit me up in the chat. Now it's a good time. Twitter, awesome. We'll throw that on there. Twitter. All right, so let me just run through my little super scan visual reconfirmation. It's Adobe. Ooh, look at that hammer. Also on the hammer on the daily. AZN vaccine news. They could possibly benefit from the patent news that just came out. DocuSign. Oh. Netflix is already moving. Nvidia. We have jobs reports today. I believe there was 1 million jobs created. So I think that's pretty good news. Smart sheet. Ooh, nope. Spotify. Look at that hammer on the daily. Is that a reverse? And zoom. All right. Got quite a few to get through here. I gotta copy these over. Give me 1 second. Just grab this sheet. See if I can save this over here. Nope. Can't. All right. So that was Twitter. I'm going to put the zoom on there. Twitter zoom. Lulu. Can't type today. Let's see. Facebook, Costco, Microsoft, Netflix, Roku. All right, there we go. Let's get going. Morning, Michael. After years got nuked, Algos were buying the day after, but it's been struggling. Buy or above the 200 moving average. Let's just see. All right, real quick, we've got almost a vertical algo with SPY at the end of yesterday. That's 1 minute chart looking at the 15. I believe we still have that bullish divergence that just occurred. The algo is pretty much vertical. I would look for SPY. Definitely a nice morning pop. Potential continuation up to the 420-ish area at 420.25. IWM, we've got some bullish divergence that is playing out. Currently, the algo is pointed down on the 15-minute chart. However, price action is going up. That is divergence playing out. I would look for IWM continuation 223. I'll get deeper into that. Work, we've got bullish divergence. Algo's pulling price action up. Formed a nice double bottom. Adobe, we've got bullish divergence. The Wu-Tang pattern, double bottom for Adobe. I'm definitely interested in those four for sure. Let me pull up the next one's Twitter, Zoom, Lulu, Facebook. All right. Facebook doesn't look good. Zoom. Okay, I'm going to do some deeper dives real quick. I'm going to pull up the old single chart layout. And looking at Twitter, let me just clear out some of this garbage that I got going on here. And I want to use red. All right, a couple things to note with Twitter. The algo has been selling with price action since the beginning of this week. We have block trade level that's currently providing resistance / support right at the 53.60. The support is going to be at 52.88. Those are the dark pool block trades that Twitter's just kind of been bouncing back and forth in between. I'm assuming that those are probably pretty large trades. However, we've came up and we actually closed above that block trade level at 53.60. I like to find round numbers, so 53.50. With the W-shaped pattern, it's not unheard of for price action to move up as the algo is moving down. We're looking for that divergence to play out. The divergence I'm talking about is right here. This one that was created back on 430 after this massive gap down. So gap down, algo's probably started buying it up, right? They look for a deal. Now it's all trying to level out. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the algo come down and tap 57, 56.90 as price action is being pulled. It's like a magnet. They're being pulled together. However, keep an eye on price action. If it breaks that support, then the algo is going to pull it down, right? So this divergence is trying hard to play out so that it can reconvene, right? We do have, Twitter at 53, 52, 53 is a great value considering it was trading 66 the week before. It's not unheard of for prices to drop after earnings just because of the pre-anticipatory run. Now it needs to kind of level off, right? So massive, that's a big drop. Lots of buying occurred. So this is the level that I'm looking for. I'm just going to draw this area. This area is going to be some confluence and some decision making. So 56.31 to 56.90. So Twitter, the 56.31 to 56.90. I've got a demand zone. I don't know what was a supply zone. Now it's going to become a demand zone. Right at 55.50, 54.50 to 55.50. Based on the block trades. 56.30, 56. Sorry, let me just grab the right numbers. 630, 690. Trying to find, I bet you it's this one here. Okay. So, excuse me. All right, what we got going on for Twitter, we've got a $3 ATR. We've got this nice hammer candlestick that formed right at the 200 SMA on the daily. Our MACD began the curling up process. It was negative, but it's now negative, neutral, and increasing. This Turbo VZO, I'm still reading up on it. I can't go too much into it because I'm not 100% on it, but I've just been monitoring it lately. Anytime it gets in this oversold area and starts to curl up, we can look for some, this is basically a volume indicator. So we'd like to see some, some volume come in and pull that price action back up. We've got this supply zone that is going to become a demand zone that we're going to run into this cloud. We're going to hit this cloud right at 54.60. Okay, we may have broke through it. I'll look at after hours. Anyway, 200 SMA support right at 53.50. So Twitter support 53.50. Have you ever noticed that sometimes when you're trying to hurry and hit like a period, you do like a /? VWAP's neutral, great beta. So what beta is in comparison to if I were to just trade SPY. So I would get 4.4 times the amount of action. So if it's the value of trading Twitter is 4.4 times just trading SPY, if that makes sense. We've got a monthly squeeze. This 3-day squeeze is looking pretty interesting. All right, so overnight we smacked right into this. I'm going to call it supply demand zone. Anyway, we smacked into 55, right? We hit 55 and got smacked down. So we're going to struggle to get over 55. However, our super trend is all stacked green. We've got some nice positive and increasing MACD. This is the 3-minute chart with extended hours turned on. So we're trying to get up over 55 overnight. We can get over that. It looks like we're running into it. So 55 is going to be a decision area. And that's this area here, right? However, came down, bounced off support. We've got this slingshot squeeze pro histogram effect happening. Once that releases, we don't really have any squeezes to help propel it through. If we get over 55, I would look for definite 57.65 target. Oversold in market, I'd like that to curl up to give me a buy signal. looking at the old 15-minute chart. Now intraday, we've got some squeezes that are going to help us. So we've got a we've got a low 15 and 20-minute compression squeeze, and we've got a high or mid 60 and 2-hour squeeze. So the 15 and 20-minute histograms are light blue, so that means that their value is increasing, right? This can be seen here in this area. Let's see if I can draw a little squiggly around it. Right, this histogram is firing off. It propelled us over the 50-day SMA, right? And it's dragging up. This is a nice run. It's dragging up our moving averages to become stacked positive again. This is not, doesn't have our. Sorry, let me just turn on. I keep forgetting every day. You're going to remind me every day. I'm going to be like, hey, turn on extended hours. I'll be like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting to do it. All right, so we smacked up over the 200 SMA. The 50 is going to about to cross the 200. Nice golden cross. That's a very bullish signal. Our Iridium Fire has got a midline thrust firing that just signal. The 15-20 minute squeezes have fired off. So we've broke. If we can break 55, I would look for 55.50 as a target. And let's see, what other targets do we have for Twitter? Short term. So yeah, 55.50 would be the 618. I would look for that. Then we've got the gap fill at 64. So looking out into Twitter, going a couple weeks out. I'm gonna look at the May 21st. Looking at options levels, so those 60s have got a ton of open interest both on the call and the put side. They're super cheap. I mean, super cheap. My risk tolerance would actually allow me to bring it down more into the 55 area. Right, so if we break and can close above that 55, I'm going to go ahead and look to take a long position in Twitter from 55, taking profit at 60. And then at 60, let's try this again, 60, it's like 63 is going to be the next area of resistance. So that would be a reversion on the daily back to the 34 EMA, right at 63. So support at 53.50, break and close above 55, targeting 60, 65, 64. Grab the 521, 55 call for an aggressive approach, for more of a conservative approach, with a higher risk of not being able to fulfill. Right, so it's two standard deviations from the existing price would be those $60 calls, right? Okay, that's Twitter. It closed above the 200 EMA, right? It bounced, and we got to close this nice hammer candle. You can already see, based on overnight, we're struggling at the 55, right? At the $55 level, the 200 SMA is at 53, right? So that's why I said 53.50. That 200 is going to provide some pretty good support. All right, let me get into the rest of these real quick. What did I have? Let's see. There's no other requests. I'm going to look at. I'm going to pull up the L4 chart again. That way we can look at more than one. If I've got an interest, I'll go ahead and bring into one. Let's go. Come on. You can change. You can change. All right. Zoom price action is currently trading with the Algo. The Algo is straight up. We formed the W. We've got that Wu-Tang double bottom on Zoom. Block trade at 301. Currently we're at 293. So we got a $300 block trade that's we're going to target. That's Zoom. All right, we got a nice hammer candle. The 300 is that psychological level that we're going to try to get to, which is also previous support. All right, let me find some options that we can afford. I can't afford a $9 option. About $12 a day. ATR. We've got 2-day, 3-day squeeze. Great. Bollinger Bands are positive. VWAP's neutral. We broke the 200 SMA on the 5-minute. All stacked positive. We've got a lot of momentum behind us. We're at 299 right now. So that $300 level is going to be the decision area, right? That's this level here. You just throw on. Come on. I'm just going to call it whatever, 300, 297. It's fine. So we're currently at this 297 level. Fibonacci on the 4-hour would tell us that actually don't like that. Let's go. All right. So we're at that $300 level. The 200 SMA is going to come into play at 205. We're currently at support from 3 days ago. We'd have to get through that to test that 305 level. I've got a price target. I don't know. I've got 312 on here. Fibonacci from previous high to low. Still not liking it. All right. I would look for a fade to 297 to find support for the next move up for Zoom. Is it $14 a day that Zoom moves? $12 a day. So $12 a day. We've got previous resistance at 310. So looking at the 310s for a day trade today. Super cheap. They may try to pin it. If you can grab anything from 300 to 310 quickly and do it, if you have a day trade, use it as a scalp. I would definitely be interested in seeing Zoom for a day trade. We would need come back and test 295. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. I'm gonna play with Zoom today. All right, the other ones that I wanted to look at real quick. So Lulu, we've got nice strong bullish divergence on the 15-minute chart. The 1-minute Algo is trading with price action that's almost vertical. So Lulu is definitely going to be in play today. Facebook, we've got bearish divergence on the daily, and we've got bearish divergence pretty significant on the 1-minute chart. Facebook's at 320. We've got block trades at 319, 318, 317. Look at this a little bit more. So price action is essentially trading with the algo. We've got a block gap for Facebook. If we can get, we've got a block at 324 that's going to be a magnet. So Facebook. What did Facebook do? So it had good earnings. It gapped up, came back down, tested previous high support at 313, 315. I'm going to call it 314, 315. So it tested that support there, maintained that support, we've got negative, well, we've got positive but decreasing MACD. The RSI is kind of flat. Everything's just kind of flat with this on the daily. However, we did base and we closed at 320 last night. 91% of our 52-week high. We've got a daily, 3-day, 4-day, weekly, monthly light histograms. VWAP's neutral, so we can move about $8 a day. So overnight we popped up $5, so we're at 325. Oh, it's gonna be a great open for this. I got that 323s. Currently support at the 8 EMA. VWAP, we've got some bullish VWAP divergence, if that makes sense. Price is going up, MACD divergence. So the MACD line is coming down where price is going up. I believe that's bullish divergence. I'll have to read up on it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That just happened. So we just had a $3 candle on Facebook. Oh, I wish we could sell options in after hours. Anyway, obviously I'm in some Facebook calls that expired today. I'm in the 323s, I think the 323s. So I need to readjust my closing order on that. Facebook, I'd like it to come back down and find some support right at 322.50 for the next move up. Fibonacci is telling us that, yeah, 322.76 would be the 618. We're going to use that as support. If we maintain that support, Facebook's got the ability to go test previous high at 328 and 332. Looking at a couple weeks out for options. So there's a lot of interest at 350, ton of interest at 350, 340, 330. I think we're going to hit 330 today. If that's the case, these 340s for 2 weeks look pretty decent. I'm going to throw those up. You can always play a fly if you're interested in it. Doing the 330, 340, 350 fly should be pretty cheap. And that would be pinning Facebook at 340. Based on open interest alone, 350 is a nice round number. 2 weeks, definitely. You know, they've got an anticipated $15 move that puts it right at them pinning at 350. Facebook's one of those stocks that you can pin, that they pin regularly. These are the monthly expirations. So this is something I'm going to get into. I'm going to get into the Facebook 350 pinning fly. If you don't know how to do that, basically I'm going to buy the 340, sell 2 of the 350s, and buy the 360. I'll pay a net debit for that. So the max risk is the debit paid. Max reward, if it pins, is usually about a 10 times. It's a 10x trade. Yeah, so the flies are great, especially when I like that pinning fly at the 350. It's gonna be gravy today. I'm gonna cut the stream short a little bit. I have to remanage some of my positions. Maybe I can pull them up on a different screen, unless you guys have some. Oh, Neo? Yeah. Let's look at Neo. I've got a position in Neo I need to manage. I don't know what's going on with Neo lately. It used to be Mr. Dependable. Now it's just Mr. Lame. All right, Neo. Obviously, you can see I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it. I've got so many drawings on my chart. Still getting a ton of block trades. Okay. This isn't the W pattern, right? It may form the W pattern, but it's got to break this downtrend, downward trend line. The algo is essentially trading with price action at this point. We've got nice vertical algorithm lines. We've got some block trade levels that are going to provide resistance right at 3673 and 3689. That's these block trade levels here. NEO does a pretty good job of respecting the block trade levels. Beyond that, we've got a $38 block trade level. So what I'm saying is, to get back to the glory, right? Anything above 40 for NEO for me is glory. To get back to that, we've got to get through four different block trade levels. That's going to be resistance. Yeah, essentially Algo's trading with price. Keep an eye on the Algo. If it takes a sharp turn downward, readjust your positions. Just so that you guys can see on my chart where those block trade levels are coming in. So we've got one here. We've got one right there. I had a really cool nickname picked out for myself the other day, but I forgot it. It was something along the lines of block ripper or something to do with ripping. Because I picked the ripping plays. Alright, so those red lines that you see on the left, these are the block trade levels. We're currently right at one. Here. We can get through that. We can get through both of those. 37 is going to be a key level today. If we can break 37, let me see if we've got any squeezes that are going to help us. We don't have any help from the squeezes. Overnight, NEO went up 50 cents. We are, however, I don't like these labels being on there. Not so bueno. All right, we've got nice green whole super trend. That's a positive indication. We just had a Maddox line show up, which means that it can be a turning point. Either it was a large buy or a large sell. The 4 hour, we've got a low 2-day or daily 2-day, 3-day squeeze, but we're not going to get any help from that, which unfortunately sucks. We're oversold. Negative decreasing MACD or histogram. We did form this nice hammer candle, which is a reversal sign. Fibonacci is going to let us know that if we take that high to this low, 39.50 target, which would also be it's above the 34. So the reason NEO's being funky is it's not giving any really super clear signals. It used to be, you could be like, oh, look at the support level, it's respecting it. I don't know if you guys can see these lines. There's a purple line that runs basically this general direction right here, right? It's a downward slope from left to right. It's a purple line. That is the standard deviation line study that I have. It tracks 5 standard deviations. So NEO is basically based on all-time price. It's hanging out at its standard 0 standard deviations, right? So it also, I've noticed, is trading real closely with Tesla. So if Tesla has a great day, NEO has a great day. All right, nice hammer candle, could be a reversion. If we do, we've got a cluster, like I said, a cluster of resistance coming in. All of our moving averages, the 50, the 200, or the 50, the SMA, 21 and 34 EMAs, right here at this 38.50 to 39, that 50-cent range. It's going to be pretty significant resistance. Hopefully we get enough buying pressure to come through that. But then we have 39.50 as a 50% retracement, followed by 40. I targeted the 45s right at that 127. However, we do also have the 200 SMA on the 4 hour that's going to run into resistance. So for me to actually be like solid with NEO again, we need to get above 40.35 and close at least with a candle 50% or more above that 40.35 today. Honestly, $2 a day, that puts us right at where we would need to be for my risk level. We're getting some volume, some open interest. We're at 37 now. Like I said, if we close above 30, we can close above 38.50. I'd be happy with Neo. All right, give me 1 second here. I need to, like, I'll stay with you guys for another minute or two, but I need to modify some positions here real quick. Roku, Tilray. I guess Tilray got some news overnight. Might be a day. Okay. Where are we at? Just real quick, I gotta modify some of these positions. Where did I buy Facebook at? Facebook 322.50s. It's at 324. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. You see 322, 324, $3.50. Yeah, that works. All right, cool. UPS, what's up, Thundercat? Good morning. All right, UPS. All right. The algorithm is trading with price action up until yesterday afternoon, where bullish deviation occurred. What I mean by that is, looks as if though we had some blocks come in, some block trades come in, right? That caused the algo to start selling while price action was going up. So if you're just kind of bouncing and a large order comes in, right, that's going to take price action up. If the algo was had already bought, then they're all right. So basically, the algo and price action have deviated. The algo is going down, price action is going up. Bullish divergence on the 15-minute or the 1-minute chart. There's the block trade level here that occurred at about the same time as that deviation began. It's a little more drastic looking at it like this, right? So on the 15-minute chart, we've also got bullish divergence, just of a different nature. It's a little less, or it's a little more subtle, but this is basically price action trading with the algorithm. So we've got a block trade cluster that is providing massive support for UPS. 213.64, 212.50 are the block trade levels that are providing support. I'm going to keep an eye on this algorithm tailing end right here. If that takes a sharp, steep drop, I would look for that 212.50 level. If there's a break at 212.50, we've got a gap that needs to be filled. Starting right about here, right? Between these two levels, this area here. If that algo curls up, which would require this shorter term divergence to play out, which means that price action may need to come back down. To test this level, the algo could curl up, back up this way. Right? I really like it when the algo is on top of price action, as can be seen in like Lulu on the chart below. It's an indication to me that it's dragging price up. Okay. Apple, FB, Big Tech, and Jones saw a huge green candle across the board. Jobs report came out. More unemployment. All right, 1 second. Let me grab something here. find a better news source. Give me 1 second. I want to look at something real quick. What? 1 second. I gotta find my password. All right. Ah, that's what it is. My bad. Hate it when I lose passwords. Seriously, come on. I've got this vertical mouse. It can be a pain in the butt. It'd be a serious pain when trying to copy a password. Serious pain in the butt. All right. What info? Oh, my password? I'm not typing it in. I don't think you're not going to hack that password. Is that what you're talking about? What info am I showing? I don't want to show any info. Thanks, Thundercat. Thanks for looking out. I appreciate it. You guys can't see this screen over here. All right. Huge blocks coming in at Microsoft this morning. We had a so this morning we had a 520,000 order of Microsoft at $249.75. $129 million order. That's massive. MXIM, STWO, CRN. Those are all orders that have come in this morning so far. This is the one I was looking for. So yesterday, SPY, we had a 254,000 size or unit order for SPY at 419. That's the one I was looking for. All right. That's what I wanted to see. Apple, IBM. Okay. So I'm looking at Facebook and Microsoft today because I have positions in both. So Facebook, nice little $4.50 gain overnight. It popped up, reverted to the 80 EMA. I'd like it to come back down, test this 21 at 323. That would indicate it would have completed its retracement for the next leg upwards. That's on Facebook. I don't know if anybody wants to play tech this morning. The 34 on that would be the 322.50. Just throw some fibs on it real quick. Where do I want to go from? Go from there to here. Yeah, the 618 retracement. It's at 322.70. That's going to be my support level for Facebook today. 322.50, right? I like that nice move up in the morning. Microsoft is another one that I was pretty interested in. Same deal. So Microsoft, Facebook, you're right. Just huge pop. Reversion to 21 on Microsoft, maybe a little bit better shape. Ran up, wow, nice $5 candle. Oh, that would have been great. Grab that pre-market, right? We reverted to the 21. We are potentially making our next move up. We've got a 5, 15, 30, 1 hour squeeze, or there are no squeezes on that. They've already fired. Microsoft on the daily, we reverted to the 50 SMA. We came down, we tapped that 50 SMA. We're right at the daily bottom on the Keltner channel. So daily 4-hour bottom Keltner channel. We've got the weekly top to contend with right at 250 and 254. So we ran into the weekly top, weekly Keltner channel top on that pop. We came back down, we tested it. This Microsoft's going to be a great one. Look at this move. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Higher unemployment rate. Yeah, good news for growth, big tech. Yeah. All right, so I need to readjust some things here. What did Uber do? Is Uber considered big tech? All right, Uber, we got above the 200 SMA on the 5. We're kind of hovering with that. We're still at the weekly bottom. Today may be the day that Uber actually turns back around and gets back in line. Uber's, in my opinion, in a good area right now to buy. I'm looking to grab some commons on that. I feel it's discounted. Okay. All right, let me just run through this other. I'm going to take these back to the 15-minute chart. I'm going to have to sign off. I do have to manage some of my positions before the open based on Thundercat's great information that he gave us. So I liked, so Twitter, Zoom, Lulu, Facebook are all positions I like for today. In that Twitter's maintained this support pretty significantly. The algo is curling down. It may be coming down to complete the divergence. We'd like to see it curl up and drag price higher. 57 is going to be the significant level for Twitter. Zoom price action is currently trading with the algorithm. We got a block at 301 that's going to provide resistance. Lulu, vertical algorithm on the 1 minute. 15-minute shows bullish divergence. We've got strong net buying. We've got blocks coming in at strong net buying on Lulu. Come on. Strong bullish divergence on Lulu. We've got to break this downtrend channel that we're in, right? This downward trend channel, right? It's more of a wedge. This, we came down and we filled this gap from right here. So that gap was filled. We're going to use, it's currently at previous support resistance. Break at 321, Lulu can go long. Facebook, we've already had that pop overnight. I like 320. Did we get above 325? Sorry, I think we did. All right, yeah, we hit 326.50. So this block level at 325, just to show what the overnight did, is we've taken out this block area here. So currently price action for Facebook is here, right? We have 327 and 328 blocks that are going to provide resistance. Just grab a different color for those. So 325, 328 blocks are going to provide resistance for Facebook, right? So it was a giant pop. However, the algo is selling off, right? The algo is selling. So unless this algo curls over in the morning, I'm going to look to keep an eye on it. I've got a position I'm going to take profits on. Some other ones that I was really interested in looking at is Costco. I think that's going to run again today. Microsoft is another one. Netflix. Costco, Microsoft, Netflix, Roku. Netflix trading with the algorithms trading with price action. However, it's curled up and increasing. Can look for continued strength with Netflix. It's a tech in the tech sector. We blew out this block at 500, so I believe we're currently trading above the 500 level. We're at 5. Let's see, we popped up to 507. We're at 505. 503 support on Netflix. Microsoft, we've got bearish divergence based on the news that had come out. However, with the Gates family, however, the news that were with the client jobless, the unemployment, job numbers, is that what we call it? Interested once he sees enough lower in appointment rates that delays it. Okay. So that was Microsoft pop. Microsoft 251.55. 255. All right. So Microsoft took out this block cluster. So that little pop is taking out this block cluster here. Currently, Microsoft is trading up in this area here, right? Somewhere in this level. It'd be nice if Microsoft filled this gap that it has from this gap level here. So for 257 and 261, 62. Nice to be able to get through that. Roku. Algo's curled up, strong buying. Price action is diverged from the algorithm. So I would keep an eye on it. It looks like, if I remember right, they had earnings and they beat. NGA merger confirmed today. NGA LEB. Thanks. I'm gonna look at that one. LEB. I got to run after this one, Ryan. NGA are just NGA merger confirmed today with a 900 square foot EV bus factory in Illinois. New ticker is LEV. Lima Echo Victor. Nice $2 gap up. Oh yeah, good call. This is going to be a fun one to play. Do they have options though? That's the question. I really do have to run. You guys have just convinced me to trade the open next week with y'all. Like I said, if I can get a certain amount of people interested, I definitely trade the open. All right, LEV. Yeah, they're gonna. This chain is all right. So we're gonna snake the chain on this one, right? When they open up the options, look for immediate profit taking. So there's two ways to do this. I have a cash account, and this is how I'm going to play it. Oh, I gotta go. Basically, on that pop, I'm going to grab the 17 puts so that when all that profit taking takes place, those puts are going to be valuable. As soon as that drop happens, all right, chart's not working. All right, so I'm going to grab the 17 puts. As soon as this is at the open, they're going to be super cheap, right? As soon as all that profit taking takes place, right at the 1850 level, there's going to be a massive sell-off. Price action is going to come back down and find support, right? Probably right at this 1750 level. I'm going to sell out of my put options and buy the calls as the sell-off is taking place. Anyway, I'll go over that next week. Okay. All right, Ryan, 1,000 shares, 17. Dude, you're going to do good. There's massive range. You may get, it'd be nice if you could get that. So W pattern, right, routine pattern. Last one I really have to run. Fibonacci, I got targets at 24 and 26. Okay. My name's Algo. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. I will be back on Sunday. I may do a lunchtime show as well. Hit me up on Twitter, darkpoolalgo.com, or at darkpool. Hit me up on Twitter at darkpoolalgo. You can also reach out to me through the website darkpoolcharts.com. And have a great day. Stay green. Remember, if you don't know what to do, cash is a position.